Hey yo, all right. Yo, it's your girl Tree. What's up? I'm here with my co-host Millie. Yo, what's up? What's up? Yesterday I had a lot to say in regards to the backlash that Candace Parker is facing in response and in regards to comments made about Angel Reese. In particular, her ranking her in this complex video and a couple other things that's floating around. And Mills hit me and was like, nah, I got something to say. So
Got something to say about that.
I'm gonna say, hey, it ain't too many people that I'm gonna listen to. We gonna hash it out. We gonna talk about this. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So, let's go ahead and drop the clip for those of you that don't know. We're gonna drop the full clip though, right? Because a lot of what we're seeing online is snippets of the clip. We're gonna drop the full clip so everybody can see exactly what we're talking.
Yep. I don't know when Complex originally posted this video, but they
That's
did.
another thing that a
Yeah, I
lot
don't
of
know when they
people.
originally posted it or when they recorded it. The original posting they did delete, but they just re-uploaded it yesterday. Okay.
Okay. So touch points on that before I hit play.
Mhm.
Most definitely want to figure out when this was
Yeah.
made
Yes.
because that I think that goes into a lot of people's thought process because was it made before the season? Let's roll the clip, man.
All of you all that are going to go home and write a biography on how wrong this is, you guys can kick rocks. What's up, fam? Candace Parker here. I'm going to do a tier ranking of WNBA players. I'm going to try. Asia Wilson, reigning MVP, couple defense player of the year, 2 championships. If there was something higher than S, I would definitely put her up there. But Nafisa Collier, she's up there with top tier with Asia. Just her ability to play on both sides of the ball, pump fake, she's going to make you choose wrong. I know you guys are going to say I'm biased because I'm putting all fours at the S, but the fours run the league. Don't ever forget that. Brianna Stewart, the versatility, reigning champion from last year. She's got 3 of them things. I don't think there's any debate with that. This is where it gets tricky. Caitlin Clark is at an A level. I think in time she's going to raise up to that S, but in order to put her at that level, you got to have a couple more years. So I'll put Kelsey Plum at the A level. 2 time champ, now took on the challenge to be number 1 option in LA. I would say KP is definitely in that tier. I would love to put Sabrina Ionescu in that A range. Got that elusive championship. She's one of the best shooters in the WNBA, if not the best shooter in the WNBA. Then we got the B squad. Marika Agumbawale. We always know she's a matchup nightmare. Paige Beckers, can't put her above the Sabrinas and the KPs and the Caitlin Clarks, but I can put her at that B level. The more Arika and her play together, the better they're going to make one another. Cameron Brink, I think, is, the unknown. So I put Cameron Brink on the B level. I think just in terms of her kind of showing glimpses of what she's capable of. I think WNBA with the space and her length and versatility, she's going to be able to have an impact on the defensive end immediately. And you got Angel Reese. I put her right at that C level. I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding. She showed and demonstrated so much growth in that first year. I think that this is my tier. I've had 5 minutes to think about this. So all of you all that are gonna go home and write a biography on how wrong this is, you guys can kick rocks. Signing off.
Now, to be clear, in my comments that I made on yesterday, I didn't speak on how I felt about her actual assessment. What I spoke on is the reaction, some of the reactions that I've seen to her comments. Like, regardless of if you agree or disagree, regardless of if she's right or wrong, some of the stuff I'm seeing is just a little egregious. You got people, oh, she's not the GOAT no more. Oh, I don't rock with her no more. Oh, she's a hater. Oh, she's this, she's that. But you also got people like literally bringing in her wife and her family into stuff. Like, it's like, come on, man, we can disagree without doing all of that. Was my main point. My main point was we can disagree with somebody without disrespecting that person because she
Absolutely.
still has done what she's done
Yeah.
in women's basketball. She still changed the game forever. Nobody can take that away from her. All right, so Mills, what you got? What you got?
Okay, so I 100% agree with you. When we're talking basketball, let's keep it basketball. Her family, who she's married to, has nothing to do with her take. Um, I will say disrespecting her wife has nothing to do with the take. But let me back up a little bit. Who you are married to, who you are around, who's your everyday can sometimes have an impact. And reason why I say that is because we kind of see that from RG3, right? RG3 I'm not comparing the two, y'all. I'm not comparing the two. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
um, I can see how people from the outside can see that type of impact, right? Candace Parker coming from being married to, I forgot his name. Yes, a black man for what, 12 years or something like that, and then came out about being gay, and then she married a German woman, right? Very, very much so Caucasian. But I'm gonna say though, when you have what Candace Parker, I don't know. It's hard because just like when we look at, for example, my boy, play for Kansas City. What is his name? He the quarterback. What's his name? What's his name? Why I
Oh,
keep thinking
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, right?
Football.
Patrick Mahomes is 100%. He's black. He has a black father, and a mixed mother. But he has a white wife. And his white wife is 100% a Trump supporter. She stands with Trump. So it's hard to look at him and say, oh, you're not a Trump supporter, you're for the black community. It's hard to look at that, because your morals and your values don't align. How can your morals and values not align with your spouse? That's the person that you married, right? Not saying
I was
that
about to
her
say, we don't know. Anya ain't never did nothing wrong that we know
She she
of.
ain't she ain't never did nothing wrong, but also too, you have to look at who you're around, right? And reason why I say that is this is not Candace Parker's first time taking a jab at Angel. For
Right.
her to put her on a C tier with Cameron Brink, who has played all of 8 games, is absurd. For her to put Caitlin Clark on A tier, and Caitlin Clark leads the leads in turnovers. She's also shooting 6 of 42 from the 3-point line, and she's also shooting 28% from the field. It's crazy. Also goes back to, when did she make this clip?
Was this said? Yeah, when was this noted? Not that I would agree at any point in life.
But also, Caitlin Clark does not deserve to be on any type of A tier, bro. She doesn't deserve to be in conversations with Sabrina. And I hate when people compare the two because she's not there yet. I like, honestly, a lot of people want her to be there. She's not there. Like, she's not there. Like, she's not there. So I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass the baton back to you. I'm
All
gonna
right, so
pass
to be perfectly clear, I completely disagree with Candace's ranking. Completely 110% disagree with CP3's ranking in that. Again, we don't know when this was made, but even when Angel was struggling at the beginning of the season, I think it's just I want us to accept and acknowledge that Angel is held to a different standard. I'm not saying that that's okay. I'm not saying that
100%.
that's how it should be, but she is absolutely held to a different standard than anybody else in the league. When it comes to, factoring in, player spouses and their family life and things like that, the thing is, sure, this might not be the first time that Candace said something that was not completely in support of or completely accurate about Angel, but she been married to Aya since 2019. It's like people think she just woke up today in 2025 and decided like, oh, I don't root for black people. Like, no, I don't think that that's not a part of it. also, just because, also, all right, I'm gonna say this last part and then I'm pass it back. Because Candace herself is such a proponent. She's spoken out about, she completely ignores the nonsense that's aligned with the Caitlyn and Angel rivalry. When she's speaking as if the climate around the dub is still normal, is how I feel, because she believes that women, from her words and her interviews and things that she said, not speaking for her, just from things that I've heard her say, she believes that women's basketball should be able to be critiqued. And I agree with that. I think that we
Absolutely.
should be able to have these conversations and disagree with one another and keep it about basketball. So whether like however wrong or however like much I disagree with what she said, she still kept it about basketball, you know? And
She
so,
did.
and, yeah.
That's 100% true. She did. She keeps it about basketball. But my thing is just been she's been married to the young lady since 2019, but Candace Parker has not been saying much about these two players. And until recently, she just went on a podcast, her and Cheryl Miller, and she called Caitlin Clark a generational player. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't, I think it comes to like I can never take away what CP3 did for the WNBA. At the end of the day, a phenomenal, she will forever be a phenomenal player. She's getting her um jersey retired
But
in
it's
two different
season.
teams.
Yeah.
Like she already got it retired in LA. She's going to get it retired in Chicago on August 25th. So saying all that to say,
Right.
yeah.
We'll both be there, in there.
I'm talking about in there. Saying so, going back to saying what to say, it's like when it comes to her comments, she uplifts Caitlin Clark, but leaves Angel at a point of which she has to. It's like she has so much improvement to do. To say that Angel Reese is a role player and her role is offensive rebounding is bizarre. It's actually very much so insulting because even last year, even if this was in the beginning of the season, even last year, Angel still had the most defensive rebounds, bro. Like, so we're if we want to call the offensive rebounds and all that, she still had the most defensive rebounds in the league. Like her role is to not just defend. And I mean, it's not just to grab rebounds. As we can see, Shorty just dropped a 22-10 with 3 assists. Shorty had her first triple double this season. So
Dropped
again,
like
I'm
4 and
hoping
16 in front of Candace.
exactly.
How
Exactly.
again, back to when was this recorded? Not that again, I would never agree with this on any given day, but it
Yeah.
you know, I'm like 99.7% certain that this and the other clip floating around was filmed prior to Candace Jersey retirement and prior to her watching Angel Reese play a full game in front of her face.
She
So
still didn't even look she still didn't even look like she cared when Angel put up a 24, what, 16, 24, 17?
24-16, yeah. Yeah, and that,
Shooting,
and
shooting
that
what from the field though? Shooting what, 55% from the field? Come
yeah.
on.
So no, that was crazy. That was such a beautiful game. Oh, I'm so happy. That was a good game. I will say, so like you I agree. I agree that like she has not shown a lot of excitement and enthusiasm in regards to Angel as a player or or anything like that. She has stated, how she has changed the game. She has critiqued both of them and stated in depth what she feels will take both of them to the next level. She hasn't bigged up Angel. She hasn't said those things. She said more definite and like positive things about Caitlyn. Absolutely. At the same
100%.
time, does that make her like a bad person? Just like in my eyes, no, it doesn't make her a hater. It just she got different like for whatever reason. We don't like what I don't like is people assuming why she's doing that. Now you got people talking about, oh, it's because she got a show coming out with AB. I'm like, AB's literally signed to her brand. They've been had a relationship. Like, like people are making up
No,
so much and like trying to come up with the reasoning and the motivations.
can't take away what CP3 did for the league, but can I say she hating? Absolutely. And why do I think that she's hating? Is because I like that's like me coming to you, right? I'm talking about you. Like we doing the same thing
Yeah,
at work.
yeah.
Me, you, and another coworker. But every time I come and talk to you, I'm critiquing everything that you're doing. But I'm saying, yo, and y'all doing the same thing. But I'm saying, yo, shorty, You killing the game, bro. You probably gotta, maybe print a paper a little bit different, but you killing it, B. I swear you're gonna take this company to another level. But when I come to you, I'm like, yo, you good. But let me tell you, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. At the same way, that's a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm talking about? Which is why I feel like that's hating to me. Because Candace, you see the potential in the player that Angel is. She's playing, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all play, similar positions, but you call one player generational and you just call one player, oh yeah, she's a role player. Whoa.
To be fair,
And
she didn't use the term role
one,
player. She said she's fantastic at her role. One of her roles is the offensive rebound. That is not her only role by any means, but she did break
she
that
said she's
record.
not the one or two option.
Yeah,
She's
that
not the
was
one or
completely
two
incorrect
option.
because she's never been anything less than the second highest scorer on her team. That was, again, I don't agree with what she said. I just, hey, and also when you were just saying that, it made me realize something because maybe I'm coming from personal experience too. I've had coaches, I've had teachers, even when I was in the Navy in boot camp, I had my RDCs when they knew I could do better and I was better than the people around me.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm like, I'm doing great. What are you talking about? Like, I'm about to, like, I'm top tier in this, but you still, not to say the Angels slacking by any means, but they knew more
You can
was in
still always improve. Everybody
right,
can
right,
do
right.
it.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like I've experienced that in so many different ways. From being like one of three black kids in the class and the teacher being black. And so you commended everybody else for getting C's and then you harder on us. Or like, another teacher knowing that, just different things. I've experienced that from mentors and teachers and coaches. And I hadn't considered that before what you just said, but it is something that they do in that role. Like when they know, like you're gonna be great, but I ain't gonna give you your props right now because I need you to keep going.
That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right at all because I used to be pissed. My
Right. And
feelings
it,
used to be hurt. Like my feelings used to be hurt, but that doesn't mean you're like, I'm just saying that doesn't, I wouldn't call that hating. I call that like tough love and like bad parenting or something. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying we don't know like where it's coming from, and I wouldn't call it hating. I wouldn't call it hating.
reason, only reason why I call it hating is because Candace is in a position of where she's at. She's one of the best basketball players ever. So to be in a position to where you are the best basketball player, I can understand. Lisa Leslie is the best basketball player. She got on her Angel Reese podcast and said, "We gonna work on them. We gonna work on the
Yeah,
layups, on how you finish them layups." Right? Lisa Leslie has always been to a spot to where she is critiquing Angel out
and
loud,
also love.
but exactly, but also showing love, also being there and standing up, even when she talks about other players in this league, because Lisa Leslie is not oh, I'm just an Angel Reese fan. Angel, if you go back and watch that podcast with Lisa Leslie and Angel, Lisa is giving her that tough
Oh,
love. That,
absolutely,
you
absolutely.
feel what I'm saying? But she also praises her. Oh,
But
that's my double double queen. She's not saying, "Oh my gosh, that's the double double queen," but here comes Caitlin Clark with her triple double because
yeah,
that's just
feel you. But also, she could not be a fan, and that don't make her a hater.
so say that. So say that.
Or,
That's
but
come
she
out and
was
say I'm just not a fan because it comes off as you're a hater because Angel is doing phenomenal things and she's breaking your record. So how it can
she
somebody
also
break
she
your
broke the
record?
offensive rebounding record. And I will say though, when it comes, so like again, take all the crap, all the nonsense, all the noise out of the equation. Angel is expected to offensive rebound for their team. That's why they were like what number? I think they were number one in offensive rebound. They probably still are. He is expected to do that. That's how they get a lot of second chance points. Like she is. that the only thing? No, she's literally expected to do everything. Probably fold and wash the uniforms too for that team. But that is something she's expected to do because she does it better than anybody has ever done it. So
Right.
it's like you giving props on one thing that she does deserve props on because that is an all-time season record that she broke. You're not giving props for everything that she's doing. And that could be ignorance. It could be it just should be so many things, and we don't have to attack somebody's character. Okay? We don't gotta
So okay.
attack nobody's character.
So I want to say this because I call you a hater. And I'm not saying that she's a hater overall. She
Yeah.
just hate
Hey, no,
she ain't no angel. Like that's why I feel I don't think that Candace like is like some type of
yeah.
mean. shorty walking around, I'm a mean girl and I'm the best in the
And that's
WNBA.
so, and so that those are people I'm talking to, but though, because I know you're not thinking that, but so many people are like,
Yeah.
it's crazy out here. People saying some wild things. People saying some wild things, man. And it's like, yo.
No, they really are. So I definitely don't agree with it.
Mhm.
I definitely don't feel like people should have been bringing up her wife or anything of that nature. But what I will say is that goes back though. Yo, we don't know what her wife says, but again, I brought up the whole thing with Patrick Mahomes and I brought up the whole thing with RG3. There's no way that you could be married to somebody and your morals and man, listen,
That's so different because what
you
he
know,
was just good. What RG3 is doing now, that's hating. That is
no,
complete
he he
ridiculousness.
he off the wall. But what I'm saying is he has a wife and then
He also has
um
a history of being a clown.
he's always been a clown, but
That
he
Candace does not have that history.
no, but what I'm not comparing the two, but what Candace continuously does in the spotlight is uplift the holy grail of a Caucasian woman and downplay what impactful she has said that Angel has been impactful too. But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, she's been impactful, but Caitlin Clark is generational. She like to call a player generational. Do you know what type? Like, do you know what type of stamp that is? Do you know? Like, come on now, that's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
she might just be falling for the propaganda. Who knows? But even still, and then in that case, and I know that you agree, it's just to these psychopaths out here.
Yeah,
That's like
no,
even ignorance doesn't warrant some of the stuff that people are saying and doing. And it's like, y'all,
yeah,
let's be for real. Let's reel it in. We can disagree respectfully, and
facts.
not devalue everything that somebody has
Yeah,
just because they got a crazy take on something. Also, I would be interested to see um what she thinks now. Not to say that it would change, but I would be interested to see because that
she
was
probably gonna say the same thing, which is why she's a hater. No, I'm just playing. But she probably gonna say. I
listen,
want,
man.
I
Angel might
want,
have that posted in her locker for all we know.
no, for real. I honestly, and we got to put it on the floor. Shout out to Angel.
Hey,
She
big ups.
is phenomenal. I feel like she's on me bound.
Big ups. Big ups to our cover girl. Man, what?
No, like she's on the road to break her own double record
Oh,
in a
I
sense.
think there's several records I think that she's gonna break this year.
Oh,
I think that she's gonna reclaim her total rebound record. I think she's gonna break her own rebound per game single season record. Um
most the fastest player to 1,000 points, 1,000
yeah,
rebounds.
yeah, that's coming already. That's coming. That's gonna be lit. But she's
She
doing great at
She's
everything.
definitely doing a phenomenal job. I see a 20-10-10 on the way. You feel me?
Yeah, I see a 20-20-10 on the way. Oh, that's the other one. Most rebounds in the game. I think she's gonna hit 25 rebounds in the game. She's hit 23
Yeah,
before. I think she
right.
can hit that.
Yeah.
Especially what's she in it? Yeah, because she's still getting in her groove. Like she ain't even she's
She ain't even, man. She ain't
still
even did it all yet, but
just
man.
so definitely gotta give props to her. This insane generational run she's on. People mad that she's on the cover of 2K. So what? She's the most impactful person.
Very much so.
Building so many bridges from women's basketball to different other sectors of pop culture, of music, of art, of fashion. She is connecting all of these different areas of life to women's basketball, and you can't knock that at all. You got to give that. You got to give props to that.
Facts, man.
Give props
She's
to
doing a phenomenal job, Saying all that to say,
that.
shout out to, Candace Parker, one of the best players in the WNBA. I do feel like her comments lately have been on some hating stuff, but at the end of the day, hey, she has an opinion like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I said, like you said, keep it to basketball. Talking about like her wife and all that and saying she's not a GOAT no more. That's crazy. You can't take the GOAT away
That's
from the GOAT.
insane.
That's
Like it
insane.
already happened.
It's done. It's stamped. It's there. Like this is history now. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I just want people to have some sense and be a little more respectful. If you don't want Caitlin's fans or Fever fans out here doing and saying these ridiculous things, don't do that behind Angel's name. Like it's that simple. We can disagree with her respectfully.
Facts. And just
Respectfully, without doing all that other
leave it
stuff
out there.
that don't belong. And
Because her wife,
hopefully we can get back to keeping the dialogues about hoops, man. It should be about
it's hard though. The W
trying
is
to turn
hard.
this mug into love and hip hop. It's crazy.
Hey, no, this season is literally they gotta run the clips. We could run a whole hour show about the clips, about the messiness, the drama, it's
Like,
crazy.
bro hopped on my video about Candace talking about some, you're just feeding off the drama. No, I'm talking about things that I always talk about, and that is respecting these players.
Exactly.
Whether they retired or not, like respectfully. Like if you're gonna discuss it, if you're gonna be up in this space, let's keep it respectful because it's always been a safe space. And so, hey, I'm just trying to do my part in keeping it that way. 'Cause it's weird out here.
No, for real. It's definitely weird. 100%.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see if any new comments arrive.
Hey man, don't be coming at me in the comments. Like I said, man. I
They
said
gonna
what
probably
I
come at me
said.
harder because more people disagree with me. They're like, fuck that, she a hater. She been a hater. She a coon. She tap dancing. Like, whoa.
Oh, like, whoa, relax, guys.
Relax. We see who
Slow
she
it down
aligns
a
herself
notch.
with. Like, whoa, guys. But for sure, it's always dope.
It's always dope, man.
Always
Hey, this
talking
is
it
a
up.
little special episode. You know what I'm saying? We just had to tap in on this because it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot
Absolutely.
sad. And like we said, at the end of the day, keep it respectful, keep it about basketball, even though, who she's married to has nothing to do with it. I do think sometimes on the outside, who you're married to does have an impact on what your
I think
decisions.
you already have to be a bad person for that to happen.
Patrick
Personally.
Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes isn't a bad person.
He wasn't, he was neutral. He was,
I want to point out before you do not watch the video before y'all hop in the comments talking about I'm comparing her to RG3. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm comparing the fact that spouses can be impactful, which is why I brought up Patrick Mahomes and his wife being a 100% Trump supporter, which means that he has to be a Trump supporter. It's hard to be married to somebody and your morals don't align and your values don't align. That's insane.
for sure. For
So
sure.
that's all I'm saying.
For sure.
So whatever RG3 wife is aligned with, he's aligned with. So that's why I'm going back to the fact of why people brought up
We
her wife.
I've never heard anything bad about her. I don't know her personally, but I've never heard anything bad about her. RG3, that man's a clown, and he's simply using Angel's name for clickbait.
No,
Somebody last point, because somebody was like, Candace was using Angel's name for clout or for clicks. Wholeheartedly disagree. That lady
that's
ain't never needed nobody's help for motion. And she's
no.
getting asked about it because she's that one that's always had that crazy motion. Like, nah, using her name for clicks is kind of wild.
And you always got to remember these people are 9 times out of 10 in interviews. They're being asked these questions. If
Exactly.
not solely on like a platform where they have to make up their own content and they're being asked this question, they're not just going to ignore the question. They're being
Right.
interviewed.
To be fair, Candace was one of the people I wanted to, whose thoughts about Angel I wanted to hear most for so long.
Yeah.
It just had so happened in all that time. It was a bunch of know nothings and crazy people saying crazy things about Angel. So now everybody's super sensitive. It's
Yeah.
like she can still be critiqued. Like I love Angel, love her down, love Barbie down. I'm
Yeah.
defend her name always to her jersey hanging in the rafters. But she's not above critique. That's the only way she's gonna get better. So
Absolutely not.
yeah,
But we got to keep it to critiquing the ball
ball.
game.
Whether
All
it's
that
right or wrong,
stuff.
ball. Keep it about ball, y'all.
That's it.
Don't eat us up in
That's
the comments, but let us know what y'all think. Let us know. Let us hear
okay.
your thoughts.
Let us know if y'all want us to do another episode. And
Yeah, and what?
if so, because we talk about a little bit of
Yeah,
all
we talking about the stuff that folks is talking about.
right, exactly.
You know.
But
Till then, though,
all right, sure.
you're